I don't think humans have the right to decide which animals are allowed to live or become extinct. It'll be heartbreaking if these animals go extinct, but what's even worse is how upset it makes my daughter. She's 4 years old and she can't grasp the concept of why people would want to kill an animal like this. The whole animal is dead and such a tiny part is used. I've explained to her what all the different ins and outs of nature is and human interactions and, you know, poaching and that type of stuff, and she understands the concept, and it's just disappointment. Why would people do that? Unbelievably diverse part of the country. We're down here on the Eastern Cape Province of South Africa, which is on the southeastern coast of South Africa. You can come from the south of the reserve, which has got a specific type of microbiome, and it's completely different to the north of the reserve, which means the animals that you get to see in the south are different to the animals that you get to see in the north of the reserve.
With rhino, there's always a lot of issues. On the one side we get poaching, and then we get aggression, fighting amongst the animals. Quite recently we had a bull that was stabbed quite badly, tried to run away, and he ended up in a river and drowned himself. We think the culprit is a rhino with a specific number, and we think that rhino is located now, so we're going to try and find it. Is he the one in front?
He's the one in front. That's about 30, right?
33.
They're quite superstitious, huh?
No, they just know something's on here. Okay, Perrin, I'm going to have to just...
Yeah, let's turn around there.
Wider. You can carry on in the same line, but behind us.
Distance,
John. 25. Okay, he's putting on a bit of a performance, just running in circles at the moment, so we're just standing by.
No, they normally run almost like a bit more, but sometimes they walk off and they just get stationary, and that's what we want. But it varies a lot the time the drug take to go down. Sometimes it's 5 minutes and sometimes it's even longer than 10 minutes. He's just one of these rhino that need a little bit higher dosage. I actually think he will go down, but we're just going to top it up a bit to speed things up. So I'm going to give him an injection in the backside here. We actually use a very, very small dosage. The dosage in this rhino is what we more or less will do in a blesbuck as well. The blesbuck is quite a small antelope. The chainsaw is going to make quite a noise when we cut the horn off, so you need to be fairly anesthetized when you do that. We had a case where a rhino got injured quite badly in a fight, and we believe this is the culprit because he showed a lot of aggressiveness, and we can't afford to lose more rhino just because we don't take the precautions. So if we take the horn off here, the chance that he'll stab another rhino is much less. This is what it's all about, and we can see it's just a piece of dead sort of keratin of no use whatsoever. The end market of the poaching can be anything, I believe, up till $80,000 per kilo, and this is most probably almost a kilo. So it's a lot of money, but to us, we're not interested in that at all. In case of poaching, the horn doesn't get cut neatly like that or a bit shorter. They would remove the top of the nose here, and these animals get extensively damaged. So it's quite a brutal way, normally get axed off. So we gave the antidote, and now we should go. We don't want to be around if we get up.
You know, the poaching problem has grown so much over the last number of years, and the people who are getting involved in the poaching are incredibly well funded and well trained, and it's for very large financial gains, so the investment that they're putting into it can be quite high. Thank you. This is undoubtedly one of the most exceptional sightings of elephants in water, busy swimming and just having an absolute blast that I've ever witnessed in my life. You can see the rhino horn on those animals there. For us to go and take it and use it for something that we believe it has properties for it's one of the big problems of our times. There's been numerous scientific studies done on the rhino horn as to if it contains any properties or healing properties or anything like that, and it doesn't. There's no basis for the fact that we're losing over 1,000 rhino a year in South Africa. So ultimately, unless we get rid of the need for that horn, we're going to lose out on the species.